writing is extremely important because you don't often verbally convey all of your different ideas that you have, and so it's so much easier to write something down or write an idea down and share it with a mass group of people. I often do have writing challenges, especially when we're talking about publications and different things, but one of the ways that I kind of address those writing challenges is to actually plan out writing blocks. And so these are designated times that I actually put aside to say, Dr. Worthy, you're writing during this particular period, and that way I can look forward to it and I can say that this is my special time for writing. Professionals in our field, we typically communicate results in reports. We need to be able to have a piece of literature or a piece of writing that we're able to share with our clients, we're able to share with our colleagues and anybody, the public, so that they can understand what we're doing, how we came up with that solution, what was the thinking or the thought process that we went through in order to solve the problems. So for my profession, audiences do range. And so it's important when you're writing to make sure you consider those audiences. So you might not be highly technical when you're communicating to the public, but you might be very technical when you're communicating to a group of engineers because they want to know every single step that you take and how you got to the solution that you arrived, and they want to be able to recreate that. And so having detailed writings is very important for that particular audience. For me, I tell my students this when they're writing, for me, being concise and clear is what makes engineering writings effective. And I tell my students, if you can communicate something to me in a paragraph instead of 2 pages, I would prefer the paragraph instead of the 2 pages. And so learning how to do that effectively is something that students do struggle with, but it's important for you to learn that because as you transition from out of college into your career, being concise is going to be very important because your audiences are going to want you to get to the point. Oftentimes when I get students, they've taken English 1101, 1102, and they think that they're done with writing. And so I tell them, nope, you are not done, because those same writing skills that you learned when you were writing papers, the same grammatical skills, everything, processes, forming thesis statements, all of those things can transition into your engineering writing. If you have those same great skills from English 1101 and you utilize them in your lab reports or in your final reports that you have to write for most of your engineering design courses, you're going to be successful. Practice makes perfect, so continue to write as much as you can and seek out opportunities to write. I always encourage my students to seek out help. And so if that's the writing center or if it's just even coming to me to discuss certain things. And I also encourage you to also seek out opportunities for writing outside of the discipline. That's how you can develop a love for writing. And so it makes it more natural for you when you're in your discipline to actually ease into writing. So those are my suggestions for you if you want to become a successful writer.